Hey folks, Animana here, and today we're going to be going over 11 tips to get you prepared for the Resident Evil 2 remake. These are some first timers tips, so if you're a veteran for Resident Evil 2, you're most likely already covered in this regard. However, if you do have any tips that could help first timers out, be sure to share them in the comments below. Before we get started though, I'm currently running a giveaway for a pair of the Astro Gaming A10 headset. This is one for PlayStation 4, but it also works on Xbox One and PC. If you haven't already entered this, you can find all the information you need to enter in the description box below. Anyway, let's get on with this video. When starting the game, you'll be prompted to select from Leon or Claire. Both characters have different paths through the course of the game, and in the original Resident Evil 2, item placements were different between the characters. Upon completing the original game, as one of the characters, you would play as the other character that you didn't choose, and aspects of the game would be different from that character's perspective, and in some cases it would be harder. Unlike the more recent Resident Evil games, Resident Evil 2 is a step back to when Resident Evil games had limited ammo located in each area, so be sure to save your ammo for when you truly need it, otherwise you could be left in a hard position with only a knife to protect yourself with. And speaking of the knife, once you attack an enemy with it this time round, there's a chance it will actually become lodged in the enemy. There might be a little quick time event where you stab the enemy and then you drop the enemy on the ground and then the knife is stuck in them. This will actually require you to fish the knife out of them. So don't forget about this and leave the knife behind, because you could be left without a valuable survival tool that could be the thing that saved you from a game over. In Resident Evil 2, you have limited item storage on your character, unlike Resident Evil 5, 6 or 7. Midway through the game, there may be a chance that there's a hip pack that you can use to extend the limits of your inventory, but you're encouraged to take only what you absolutely need and store any items as you do not, as you begin with about 8 slots where you can put items in, and this will fill up very quickly. Speaking of item slots and item management, save rooms are one of the only places you can use as a sanctuary throughout the game. These allow you to use a typewriter to save your game, but more importantly, leading on from the previous point, there's storage boxes that allow you to place any unneeded items to access later. Item storage is also universal storage across all of the save rooms in the game, so you shouldn't feel the need to worry about tracking all the way back to a previous save room just to pick up like an Uzi or something like that. You just need to pick it out of the current save room that you're at and you should have access to it. There are a few new items that they've added in the remake of Resident Evil 2. The best example of this is the set of wooden boards that you'll find throughout the police station. These will actually allow you to board up any of the unsafe windows, preventing any zombies from sliding in. Similar to ammo, use these items only when you feel they are 100% needed and it just feels ominous. Otherwise, you could run into an area where you really needed that item and you're now surrounded by zombies and you're going to get eaten. So keep your wits about you. Throughout the course of Resident Evil 2, there's going to be quite a few documents and photos that you'll find littered around the place. You will also need to look over these documents and photos, as quite often there will be clues in them, as you'll be able to see on the screen here, one of the ones I found early on. So these will actually allow you to solve the puzzles with these clues, so consider having a physical, real-life notepad right next to you so that you can jot down any of these notes that you discover as you're looking over these documents, as they will help you solve these puzzles in the long run. The early Resident Evil games were less like action movies and actually required quite a bit of backtracking to older areas with items such as keys or tools that would allow you to open previously inaccessible location or storage objects. Be prepared for this, as you could miss out on some very useful items and weapons if you don't go and backtrack to these rooms. They could be the thing that actually allows you to beat a boss rather quickly. And touching on this concept, there are actually plenty of hidden items ranging from new weapons to ammo or even healing items throughout Resident Evil 2. This should go without saying, but it's always wise to take your time going through each area and looking for these hidden items or keys or switches. An example of this early on is the shotgun, which can be found in the police station. It can be accessed if you find a safety deposit keycard, and then head to the safety deposit room and grab that shotgun out of the storage that it has been locked in. Items can also be combined in this game, or at least some of them. There are some that you won't be able to combine, but some items could be combined into things such as keys, or you could even take some herbs and grind them together to make an even more powerful herb. Experimentation can provide you with some very useful items, so don't forget to try every item that you can combine together with, as there might be some things that don't seem like they go together, but they actually do, and it changes the game up for you quite dramatically. And for those of you who are familiar with Resident Evil 2 and may not be up to date with news on the remake, this new remake has quite a few changes to the plot and likely features new scenes and characters. Be prepared for items to be in different locations or characters fulfilling different roles this time around. We haven't seen the full game yet, but we've already seen the scene with Marvin is a little bit different from the original Resident Evil 2. Well, that is all of my tips for beginners for Resident Evil 2. I should have some more guides coming out as the game releases, so keep an eye out for those. If this video has been helpful, consider giving me that thumbs up. If you wish to keep seeing my videos in your subscription feed, hit that subscribe button and click the bell to get the notifications. Anyway, I'm Anamana. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening or night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.